Hey there, and welcome to our video on Blueleaf. Blueleaf is really critical to our professional relationship because it's a place where you can, in a single login online, view all your money, regardless of where it is. Many times when we create a financial plan and we ultimately go through the buckets approach to retirement planning, money ends up in multiple locations, multiple financial institutions, and multiple strategies. Having a single place to log in to go to see all of your activity, all of your accounts, all in a single place is absolutely going to be helpful. And so you'll want to understand how Blueleaf works, how we set it up, and how it integrates with your financial plan overall. So what we've done is we've created a dummy account or a demo account just so that you can view what it looks like. We've set this up for Jack Bauer. I don't know if you're a 24 fan, but Jack Bauer is our account holder, his wife Terry, and has a daughter Kim. So in this particular case, Jack has an IRA account at Fidelity. Terry, his wife, has a 401k account at TD Ameritrade, and they have a joint savings account and then also a college savings account for daughter Kim. And you'll see, even though all of these accounts are at different financial institutions, you'll see that we've actually aggregated everything together here on the dashboard on the home screen, that all of the accounts together have this account balance of $875,000, and each and every account is going to be listed here. Ultimately, we're going to be able to bring all of this information in, all of the data in, from the financial institution's website where you have that account access. We'll work with you in order to get each of these accounts set up inside of Blueleaf by using the login credentials that you create or have created in order to pull the data in. In some instances, we'll actually physically connect to that financial institution where you've set up account access. And in some cases, there are some financial institutions that aren't set up to work in Blueleaf, or maybe they don't play nicely with Blueleaf, and it's better that we simply put in a manual account for Blueleaf. Whatever the case is, whether it's an active live sync with the data or a manual connection, you'll be able to go into Blueleaf and to view the activity and the performance and the balances of all of the different places where you have money. So it's going to be very helpful and very important to you. So this is the dashboard, what we see here, where on this kind of light blue strip here on the further left, we have all of the accounts and the account balances listed. So for now, let me help you understand, and we'll do some other videos on how to navigate around Blueleaf and how to add accounts and how to work with the settings. But for now, keep in mind that what we put into Blueleaf also is going to flow over or integrate over into our financial planning program, which is called Right Capital. And Right Capital is what we use in order to stress test your retirement. Make sure that it's successful, that it's on track. Well, whenever we stress test your retirement plan, it's based upon the account balances of your investment accounts or wherever your accounts are. So if we have data from Blueleaf coming into this financial planning program, Right Capital, we always know that your financial plan is up to date and that the stress test that we're doing on it when we're together is accurate. In fact, once we set Blueleaf accounts up and we have that data connection to the financial institution, we no longer have to request from you statements or account balances when we get together, because they'll automatically be updated every single time that we log in, assuming that the connection to the financial institution doesn't get broken, which we can work with you to fix. So here it is, Blueleaf. Here is the dashboard. This is where we have all our accounts. We'll go into some additional videos that will help you understand how to navigate around Blueleaf, how to adjust settings according to the way that you want it, how to find things that you want, such as performance or transactions. But right now, we just want to make you familiar with the importance of Blueleaf and how it integrates with our financial planning program. Right Capital, you'll want to make sure to keep track of your unique password to Blueleaf and how you can navigate to get into Blueleaf in order to sign in. So that'll be really important to you. And we look forward to seeing you in our upcoming videos to unpack how Blueleaf works. Let's talk now about how you get set up in Blueleaf. Now, everything starts with the introductory email that will come from me. It's an invitation to you to set up a password initially for Blueleaf. So here's our example. It comes from me, Blueleaf Setup. What do you need to do? Simply click on it. You can scroll down to where it says click here to set up Blueleaf. Now, once you click on that, it's going to ask you what password you want to set up, and you can create your own password. Now, once you've created your password and you log in, that's when you're going to be able to see your dashboard. Now, keep in mind, when you first start, there aren't going to be any accounts set up. We've already set up some accounts for this particular demo client or this particular demo account. And so how does it work with you? Well, ultimately, when you log in and you want to add an account, then you normally will log in and it will look like this. No accounts at all. And you can add an account over here. Now, we can add accounts on your behalf if we have access to be able to add those, or if we're setting them up for you. Sometimes we'll ask for your help. Some type of an email was sent to you. Can you forward it to us so that we can set up these credentials? And sometimes we're just going to need you to set it up 100% on you, because you're the best person to have those login credentials, or you don't want to share those with us, which is totally fine. But if you need to set one up yourself into Blueleaf and you have this manage account screen, you simply go to add over here on the right hand side. It's going to ask for the name of the financial institution. So if your account is at Fidelity, you'll put Fidelity. You'll type in Fidelity, or if it's a TD Ameritrade, you'll do that as well. Wherever the financial institution is, you can type it in there and you can click search. It will show you a list of items or a list of financial institutions or websites that you can go to. So how do you know which one is the right one? Well, how you know which one is the right one is simply go to the internet and go to where you log in to that financial institution when you're trying to log into that financial institution. And take a look and see on that login page, what is the website address? So if you log into your 401k account at Fidelity and you look up at the website address, let's say that it says nb.fidelity.com. Well, in that particular case here, if I'm trying to put my 401k from Fidelity in, and I only put in the word Fidelity and I search, well, now I've got a ton of options to choose from, and I don't know which one to look at. But if on your login screen it says Fidelity Net Benefits, for example, you would go down through your list here until you got to Fidelity Net Benefits. So here's our example here, Fidelity Net Benefits. And you would see, oh, the website address for that is nb.fidelity.com. Well, that's what it says when I go directly to log in. So I know that I have the right financial institution to add. You can click on that, and then it's going to ask you for your user ID and password. You put that in, and it will then connect your account at Fidelity Net Benefits into Blueleaf. It'll aggregate that account in. It'll bring that data in. It'll bring performance in. It'll bring transactions in. It'll bring the investments that you own in. And that is why this is so very powerful, because ultimately, once you've got all of your accounts in, whether we put them in or whether you help us put them in, all of that information is going to be in here. All right, my alarm is going off. I'll turn that off. Sorry about that. And so you'll find that up here for all of the accounts that are in this section here. In the next video, what we're going to show you is once an account is in there, how do we look at performance? How do we look at what's inside? How do we look at transactions? But ultimately, you've got to get all the accounts in there first. We'll try to do as much as we can for you, getting all that information in, all on your behalf. Sometimes we'll ask you for your help. Forward an email to us. Can you provide us the login credentials? If you don't want to do that, then this is the video where you can go, and it will walk you through how do you yourself put in an account into Blueleaf using the Add an Account system. So you've accepted the invitation. You've got all your accounts in there. You've logged in. You're on the dashboard now. What can you do? How do you find the information that's important? Well, what you want to know here is on the left-hand side, whatever I click on my mouse, whichever account I click onto, that's what's going to populate here on the right-hand side. So if I want to view information about all accounts, I'll click on the All Accounts, and everything on the right-hand side will deal with all my accounts. Up here at the top, you'll have tabs: balances, performance, what I own, the holdings, and the transactions. So ultimately, you can use a combination of clicking on your accounts or clicking on these tabs to get the exact information that you want. Let's say I want to understand what the performance of Jack wants to know what the performance of his Fidelity IRA account has been over the last year. Well, how would he do that? First step is he clicks on his Jack Fidelity IRA, because that's the account that he wants to know about. Next, he wants to know about performance. And so in the sub-tabs up here, he's going to go to the Performance tab in order to bring that up. And then finally, he wants to know the performance over the last year. So over that time period, he's going to go over to the right, and he's going to click on the 1 year time horizon. And then if this was a real account with real account information, it would pull up what the value was a year ago and the value is today, and the amount of deposits and withdrawals I'd taken or made, and the gain in the number of dollars or the loss in the number of dollars, and the gain or loss in percentage terms. All that information would be in here. Let's say, for example, I want to see, did I contribute to Kim's college savings account in 2008? I can't remember. Well, you could certainly go directly to that financial institution and look. Or one, I'm going to click on the 529 account because that's what I want information for. Up here, I'm going to look at the transactions that occurred. And then I'm looking in 2018. So normally, if this were a particular account, what I could do is within, let's go back before I click on the transactions. I could customize the time period that I'm looking for. So let's say I want it to be all of 2018. So it would be the 1st of 2018. Oh, I got to put it in the right format. 01/01/2018, and then through the time period 12 of 31 of 2018. 2008. So I want to look in 2018. The beginning of 2018 to the end of 2018. I'll apply that time period. Then I'll go to the transactions, and then I'll be able to see. If this were a real account, I could look at all of the transactions and I can find, oh, yep, I did contribute to Kim's 529 account. All right. Let's say, for example, we are, for some reason, now we will normally do all of your required minimum distribution calculations and making sure that those get taken. But let's say that you, for some reason, were working with some required minimum distribution issues and you wanted to know, well, what was the December 31st balance in 2018 of Terry's 401k account? Well, once again, click on her account. Then we'll go ahead and we want to look at the balance. And then what is the balance time period? We can customize that. So let's say we wanted to see what it was on December 31st of 2018. So the beginning and ending dates are the December 31st. We'd apply that. And at that point, it would show us what the actual balance was back then. Now, you don't have to look at just individual accounts. You could look at holistically over all accounts. If I click on the All Accounts tab and I go to Performance, let's say I want to look at the since inception performance of all my accounts. Well, in that case, all the accounts would be populated. And if there were real information here, you could see this is what the actual performance is of all of these accounts since inception. So ultimately, you've got to get these accounts, we've got to get these accounts plugged in here and a data sync plugged in order for us to be able to have all this information for when you log in to have this rich source of information that you might want to know. Performances, balances, holdings, transactions. It'll all be in one place, one single login, one single place for you to go ultimately. So that's how to navigate around Blueleaf in order to find the information that's important to you. All right, so you're in the system, you've added your accounts, you know how to navigate around. Let's talk a little bit about some troubleshooting issues and some messages that you might get throughout the weeks or throughout the months that you will want to respond to or ask us to help you out with. Now, you get emails from Blueleaf every Sunday morning if you're set up to receive them weekly, and it'll just let you know the change in the account balances of all of your investments. That'll include performance issues, money going up or down related to changes in markets or changes in account balances, but it'll also include deposits that you've made or withdrawals that you've made, or even it could include the fact that money is moving from one financial institution to another. So keep in mind that your weekly performance, I probably should say it differently, that your weekly account update isn't really all about performance. It's really about the change in value due to performance and withdrawals and additions and transfers and things of that nature. So don't get concerned If it shows a change in balance that went down, it might not be performance related. It could be the fact that you took a withdrawal during that time period, or that money was moving from one institution to the other, and you caught it at a particular time when it had left one financial institution and gone into another financial institution. Performance issues, as a reminder, really you just want to log in and go to the performance tab for any particular account that you want to track performance in. But what you'll see also, as well, is you may get emails if a data connection gets disconnected, or Blueleaf isn't able to bring in data. It could be that you need to go back in and put in your credentials again. Maybe you changed the credentials at the actual website, but Blueleaf doesn't know that you changed the credentials, and so it's trying to use the old credentials. So you might need to go in and update those credentials, or you might need to answer a security question. Here's an example in which the security question needs to be answered. And so you can see some of these error messages or action messages that need to be completed if you click on the if you click on the Accounts tab. When you click on the Accounts tab, if it shows connected, great, but if it's in yellow and it seems like that means that there's an issue and there's some action that needs to be taken. And if you can't resolve it, you can let us know, but it might be that you need to answer a security question, might be that you need to put in some new credentials, or whatever the case is. So if you want to update or change ultimately the frequency of your account changes, you can change it from weekly to monthly. Let us know if you want us to change it from weekly to monthly. And if you need a password reset, you can't remember what the password is in order to get in, you can't remember how even to get to Blueleaf, you can let us know and we can point you in the right direction. So Blueleaf is a powerful tool. It's something that you'll want to use. Even the individuals of you who are a little bit tech averse, even just knowing how to log in and navigate around it can be really helpful and powerful.